Well, I'm back in my home office to chat to you all this Wednesday morning. If you've been following me this week, you'll know that yesterday I was in town having a coffee in Rosario's and going on again about the proliferation of plastic flowers all over Bath, making the point that I know businesses have to do all they can to make their premises attractive to attract customers because times are hard. But at the same time, that's George the cat, by the way, just disappearing from his perch on the window. But at the same time, as I was saying, Baines make a big thing about, an ecological and environmental emergency. And we're talking a lot these days about trying to bring nature back into cities, into urban areas. And it's very true to say that bees are not attracted to plastic flowers. Anyway, enough from me. Quite a few of you came through yesterday and were agreeing with me. I don't think I've had a note from anybody yet saying they think they're wonderful, but I'm sure there are people out there who do. But most importantly, a comment has come through an email from Stephen Brooke, and Stephen happens to be chairman of Bath in Bloom. And I'm going to read you what he said to me in his email. I also have great concerns about the profusion of plastic flowers in our city. We have two groups of RHS judges visiting Bath in July and August to judge Bath. The second one for the UK finals of the Britain in Bloom competition. Bath was known as one of the best floral cities in Britain, and we aim to show the RHS judges the best of our horticultural excellence this summer. But our judging tour will be struggling to avoid the abundance of plastic floral displays that are prevalent in the city centre and are increasing. The RHS is not looking for plastic flowers. These are not good for the environment, do not help our pollinators, that's the bees, which are already under pressure. Often look artificial, brackets, roses in February, wisteria in November, and get monotonous looking after many seasons. Even years. Shall we start that bit again? And can get monotonous looking after many seasons, even years, on display without any changes. Bath has fantastic horticultural skills and imagination, an excellent parks department. I've been taking pictures of parade gardens this morning, and many wonderful volunteer community groups working hard to improve this beautiful city. Plastic flowers are not helping anyone. We can do better than that. Well, there we are. Stephen, I'm sure that all the members of your committee and all the volunteers involved in making Bath look beautiful are doing their absolute best, and fingers crossed for those judges and those judgments in July and August. Now, moving down the emails I received, something else I bandy on about is the fact that although we have inner cabinet members of the local authority who are responsible for things like heritage and the roads and housing and education, I think there's one for education, I'm not sure. I've always argued, well I have since I've been in Bath, that we ought to just simply have a cabinet member for heritage. I mean, heritage is how we make our money, and it's the very thing that's attracted people to this city ever since the Romans came 2,000 years ago. But the word heritage is not in there, it's buried in wordage. A few years ago, there was a local councillor, Brian Chalker, now retired, who set himself up as a heritage champion. So he wasn't cabinet member for heritage, but he was out and about around the city, keeping his eye on things and also encouraging the telling of Bath's other story, which is as an industrial centre. It wasn't just a resort for the wealthy to come and take the waters, gamble, and, well, you can guess the rest. We need another heritage champion, and I'm still hopeful that somebody on the council will say, I'll do the job. But this all leads me in a convoluted way, I do apologise, to an email from Michael Noakes. I love this one, Michael. I enjoyed the pictures of your holiday in Bordeaux. If you don't know, that's where we spent a long weekend last weekend. It's a lovely city that I visited in support of Bath Rugby in the past. It's a shame Bath's not twin with Bordeaux. Actually, it's Bristol and Bordeaux because of the wine trade, but there we go. Anyway, my wife and I have just returned from a long weekend with friends in Malta, which was also very enjoyable. Noticing a plaque on a government building in Valletta, I took photographs to send you, thinking we could do with such an office in Bath. Like Bordeaux, the streets in Valletta were very clean and tidy without litter. And Michael sent me 2 images, and the second one is a close-up of a sign saying Ministry for Tourism and Public Cleanliness. No, it's a nice try, Michael, but I still want cabinet member for heritage. But that's just my opinion. And I keep saying to people, Bath Museum is not a newspaper, it's my blog and it's my opinion. I spent my whole life, my professional paid life, sitting on the fence because as a journalist, one had to be neutral and balanced. One had to tell the story from both angles. I'm still a journalist because it's running through the blood. But I can now say what I like, and if you don't like it, disagree with me or don't follow me. But there we go. One final point in passing the Guildhall this morning, you know, the one with the steps that are crumbling and could do with grouting, but that's another story. And I looked up at the flagpoles. The Union flag is there. We're flying the Ukrainian flag, and there's plenty of support in the city for the terrible plight of that country at the moment. But the other flagpole's empty. Now it's Pride Month, which is rather important to me and my husband and a lot of other people. And I'm sure we had a pride flag flying above the Guildhall last year. Well, there isn't one at the moment. If I'm wrong, apologies. If I'm right, please, you know what to do. Get that flag fluttering over Bath. Anyway, enough from me. It's always nice to hear from you, and I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. When I recorded this, at 10:20 in the morning, the sun was shining, and may it shine on you.